Welcome back to Screenwriters Rewatch. We've diverted from our journey through IMDb's top 250 film list this week, and instead, in this episode, I'm joined by Alex Butter, and we'll be talking about the 2022 Darren Aronofsky film, The Whale, adapted from the award-winning play of the same name written by Samuel D. Hunter. We've a full-length discussion over on our podcast where Alex and I dive deeper into the story structure and the characterization and the presentation. For now, thank you for joining me, Alex. Welcome back to Screenwriters Rewatch. How are you?
I'm very good. Thank you very much for having me back.
That's always a pleasure. I saw this film for the first time a few months ago, and again, I saw it recently, and I really thought this film just needed to be unpacked. It's got a very unusual presentation in that they haven't strayed too far from the original setup for the stage play. And just for context, this is coincidentally our second stage adaptation in as many weeks as Fiona and I have recently rewatched The Father. How did you get on with The Whale, Alex?
Um, I very much enjoyed it. Like yourself, I sort of watched it when it came out, and then I came back to it more recently when we were going to do this. For those who may not have seen it, The Whale is about Charlie, who is an obese man who has been given about a week to die, or a week to live before he dies. And it's about him sort of redeeming himself and reconnecting with his estranged daughter, and sort of making up for some of the wrongs that he may have felt that he'd done in his life, and I think to find truth and in a world that's so often dishonest, and I, I found it a very beautiful, moving story that unfolds quite nicely. I've been a fan of sort of Darren Aronofsky's work for quite a while now. The Fighter, The Wrestler, Black Swan, uh, Mother. They're all very emotional. Even Noah, a very emotionally driven family sort of narratives. With often, particularly with Noah, very religious sort of ideas behind them. And I found this one was really interesting as well, how it dealt with uh, how religion has affected these people in different ways. And I felt that was very sort of moving. Uh, Obviously, one thing as well, it's shot all in one location. Um, we are presented with Charlie's apartment, or sort of house, sort of one floor sort of house, where we are confined and we feel stuck, just like he would feel stuck within it. And the how they've sort of the mise en scène, it looks dirty. It's very the colors are very um, dark and almost heightened to look a bit disgusting with browns and grays. And I think it's meant to make us feel that little bit dirty within this place, and feel disgusted and how dirty and everything is. But what you find in this dirtiness and this disgusting is a very beautiful story of a man just wanting to give back to what he feels that he is ruined. And I thought it was really lovely. They have this great motif that goes through about Moby Dick, um, that I think really plays into the themes of what the story is about. And I think you could take certain characters and sort of put them to characters within Moby Dick and sort of go, oh, I see. Well, he's the whale, hence the title. And I believe his daughter Ellie, is the person hunting, trying to kill the whale, for it is forsaken her life, only to find the true meaning of what that chase is really sort of doing to them. Yeah. I found it very heartwarming, very, very lovely.
It really was, and I think that the way that they set up Ellie as a character for her to break right at the end was what made it really successful in being a tearjerker. Especially for me, I think in both times I've watched this, I found the ending incredibly emotional because of that way that it was set up, and the linkage as well with the seaside and his favorite memory, if you like.
Mm.
I am looking forward to challenging your view that Charlie is the whale in over on the podcast, because I have some
Ooh,
thoughts about that. So
let's
if
do it.
you are interested in hearing our discussion, and our deeper dive into all of the structure and the presentation, do join us over on the podcast, which is at the Script Department. Just search Script Department wherever you get your podcasts, or you should be able to find the link in the description below. Or even better, subscribe and you'll never miss an episode again. For now, we will say goodbye and see you over there.